I think it's about time for part 3. Alright. I drift back off into my sleep. Part 3 starts off me being in my own living room, sitting down watching TV. I look out my window and I see my friend Michael Pruski pulling up in my driveway. He opens the door and he's like, "Oh, hey, you ready to hang?" And I'm like, wait a minute. You gotta take this shit out. You gotta check it out. So I pull out this weird looking device, set it next to my TV, plugging in, and I hit a button. We both sit down on the couch and watch the screen. And when I seen what popped up on the screen, even in the dream, I freaked out. I didn't show it, but on the inside of, like, me, I didn't react to it, but on the inside, I flipped out. What was playing on the TV was part 1 of this dream thing. It was me in the high school gym playing around, and then the crazy monsters come up and start attacking everyone, and then me shooting, then Michael shooting my girlfriend, and then me shooting his girlfriend on the rooftop. That dream was playing on the TV in my dream. So it was a dream within a dream, in a way. So just imagine that you are in your dream, at your house, watching the TV. And what you're watching is the dream you had before this dream. Because, you have my part 1 dream with the gym, part 2 dream in the cave, and then part 3 dream of me sitting down with my friend in my living room on the couch, watching my dreams, part 1 and 2 on the TV. So I'm watching my dream, and then part 2 comes on with me in the cave, and I look outside, and my friend Travis Bean and Jack Black pull up into my driveway. They're like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm watching my dreams on the TV. You guys want to come in?" So, they start watching my dream, and then things fade to black. It pops back up. I'm in the cave again, this time with my friend Travis Bean and Jack Black. So we're walking, and we see this rock formation that looks like an ear. So we see Jack Black, me and Travis. He's like stretching this gooey ectoplasm goo like it's earwax. Like he's kind of like going through this ear and going through deeper in the cave. So I think we should follow him. So we do the same. Then we find a really tiny, almost a claustrophobic, scary, tiny little tunnel that looks like a nose. We're like, oh boy. Mind you, it wasn't really earwax, or it wasn't like boogers or anything. It was just like this weird, stretchy goo. So we end up crawling through that, and in the dream, I was kind of scared because it was really small. So we come back out, and I look to my right, and I see like this hallway in the cave. The cave is all around me, but I just see like this rug and like these shelves with these little toys on top of them. And then I look behind us, and a few other people are following us. They look like average people, some cool Asian guy. And we saw someone walk through, and the little toys go, and they shot these poison darts at this dude, and he died. So like these little toy action figure things on top of these shelves, and they were killing people, and they didn't know it. So me and this Asian guy look at each other and nod. We both jump to the sides of the shelves, and we're knocking all the toys off. They all fall to the ground so they wouldn't hurt anybody. So we get back to this room. It was almost the same exact room as in part 2 of the cave. Like part 2 dream thing. But this one was more detailed. There was like a fish tank, there was a nice rug, a table, some decorative things around. The other room in part 2 was just kind of like a room with like a rug, a table, a chair. Nothing too big. But we look down, and it's like this big rock hallway made of like cave rocks. Huge battalion coming. I'm like, okay, part 2. All right. I get a sword. But this time, one of the enemies comes running down the hallway, and he has like this blue armor, this nice blue shield, and he's running at me. He does like this jumping stab. I dodge, and I come in with a slice across the throat, and then I come back for a stab. Pull it out. And the general walks up, he's like, Well done, son. Take his armor. It is yours now. I looked at him like, okay, Jesus. Okay. Like, I wanted to cry because he was beautiful. He was so beautiful. He was really tally, burly, strong man with a beard and long hair with 2 big braids down here. He was a man. He was a man. The manliest man I've ever seen in my entire life. He was amazing. I want to grow up to be him. Take the armor. It is yours now. Fight with us until you die. And I agreed to him because, you know, who couldn't, right? So I put on the armor. I got the shield. I'm ready. They come running down. I run down. We're all killing people. Our team is just kicking their ass. I mean, I'm stabbing people. But this is where it gets weird. I kill these 2 guys and slam them against the wall. Then this one guy goes in, slices me in the arm. So I ram him into the wall. And then he pushes off, and I stab him in the back with like this little dagger. I had my main sword in like a hilt. And then I stab him in the chest. And then what happens is it turns into like this opera. Like he drops to his knees, pulls out the sword, and he's like, hold me, adia. He starts singing. In the middle of this battle, he starts singing like a god. It's amazing. Like, his voice is so beautiful. I couldn't be mad at him. He should be dead. But he was singing. It was like I was watching a play or an opera or something very dramatic. Like, the character was slowly dying by singing. It was amazing. You should have seen it. If that guy ever comes out with a CD, I want it. So, after this huge battle, we won. We come back in the room, and the main general's like, yeah, he takes... This is why he's a man. He takes 3 wine bottles, breaks them. Like, he's holding 3 wine bottles with one hand, breaks it over this glass, and the wine starts, like, bubbling over, and this cork pops up with a king cobra head on it. He pops it out, and then water goes, well, not water, but wine goes, and the cup is filled. And then 3 cobras are swimming in it. And he's like, this is a good fortune. He reaches in and grabs the cobras. He's like, victory was ours! We're all cheering, going crazy, you know, because we won the battle. He throws the snakes and curb stomps them. It was insane. It was incredible. He just throws the king cobras down and just curb stomps them. It was intense. And then that was when I finally woke up. I woke up. I tried going back to sleep. I wanted to remain in dreamland forever because I wanted to see how far this dream could go. But I couldn't fall back asleep. It was too bright. It was amazing. That was the end of part 3. That is the official end of my 3-part amazing dream. Of my life-changing dreamness of awesome. It was unbelievable. The experience that I had was just unbelievable in these series of dreams. It was so realistic. I was lucid dreaming. I could honestly say that I controlled the dream. I controlled what I did. Like, especially in the first part, when I said, I can face through you. I said it. Oh yeah. In part 2, in the very beginning of part 2, before the dream even started, I said, you know what? I'm going to record this. Which led to part 3 of me watching the recording of part 1 and part 2. I forgot to mention that part, and I do apologize. But that was the end of my 3-part dream. Thank you for watching. And, I mean, if you guys find this really interesting, I'll gladly be able to share more dreams. I mean, I keep a dream journal of all the dreams that I have. And luckily, my dreams, some of them, not all, some of them in a blue moon are really realistic and detailed to the point where I can memorize them. Some, yeah, hazy, but once in a great while, I'll have a dream where I can memorize everything. If I wanted to, I can go into full detail about what everyone looked like, what they were wearing, what everything looked like, the details of the cave, the details of the high school. I could go on, but I can't. So that was the end of the dream. Thank you for watching. And I hope your nights are filled with epic dreams as well. So, have a good night.